This is a little reset slash wind down type of flow, just rearranging your spine. And although I'm not a chiropractor and you're probably not a chiropractor, you can be your own chiropractor. With yoga, so much of what yoga is reorganizing your spine. Maybe not always physically speaking, like the discs, bony discs, but energetically speaking for sure. The nerves, the chakras, all of that. So anyway, in that sense, you are your own chiropractor. Let's start seated. You could be in a chair. You could also elevate your hips on a block. You could also just sit not on a block. But as you get yourself comfortably either kneeling or crossing the legs, just check that you feel the pelvis centered and that from that centeredness, there's groundedness, there's opening, and also your spine. It can be more lifted. So rearrange seat, muscles, and then relax your shoulders. And with your eyes open or closed, find a way to rest your eyes. Breathe a little more here. And breathe in through the nose and out through nose or mouth. And you shift from what was before now into what is now. And even if this happens to feel like all you needed to hear was, oh yeah, breathing presently. You sense already that there is a shift in your energy and in coming more into the now and into your body and breath. And for the sake of checking in, also checking in with your mind, whether it's your brain or your mind as a whole, as a head. Does it feel heavy, full? Are there certain thoughts that you've been noticing more commonly today, recently? And how are the thoughts? How's the mind? How's the head? And then breathe more. Let your breath serve as almost like this cleaning tool where you inhale up into the brain. And imagine the breath can pull out anything you don't want living inside the head anymore and exhale it out. And you breathe in and you clear out and you breathe out. So if you know of the breath of fire, where you inhale through the nose and short exhales through the nose, you don't need to do that fully, but I bring it up because it translates to skull shining breath. Skull shining breath. And I feel like with any breath, it can be thought of as a skull shining if you're breathing strong enough through the nostrils especially. So inhale through the nose and either one long exhale through nose or mouth. Or maybe if you like some breath of fire, inhale through the nose and short exhales through the nose. And you're pumping through the belly if you're taking that option. But don't feel like you have to take it. But if you're familiar and want it, take a few more rounds of breath. Could be short exhales or just a smooth, steady, deep breath. Let the outcome be more breath and more clarity already. So if you've had your eyes closed, you open the eyes and start to lift your chin up, lift your nose up, and then move the jaw open and closed a few times. And move at a pace where you can actually feel the muscles behind your ears, under your jaw, down, throat, into chest. So just a little gentle open and close of the jaw. And maybe you continue to stretch your face like you're at the dentist, open really wide. And move things around, maybe stick the tongue out. And then let your head come center and bow your head to your heart. If it's comfortable to take some fingertips behind your head or a palm and just barely press the weight of your head down, chin to chest. Stretching the neck. And then lifting your head. I'll go back down into your pelvis, your seat. You need to move anything around. So I've been kneeling. I'm going to bring my feet out in front. If you need to rearrange, reorganize sitting bones and seat. Okay, and then come level again. And then let your hands rest on your lap. Again, you could be in a chair, you could stand, you could sit closer to the floor, but cow pose, lift the chest. Inhale, lift your chin. If that jaw stuff felt good, open the mouth a little bit. And cat back, belly in, hunch forward, squeeze the air out of the belly as your head rounds towards the chest. Inhale again, rock a little forward, lift the chest, lift the chin, stretch out of the throat. And then round the spine, navel in, chin to chest, all the way down. Take a couple more. Breathe in, seated cow. And breathe out, seated cat. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, round back. So you take one more seated cow. And seated cat. Come back to center, lift your head. Now taking the arms out wide, turn the palms up, stretch open, lift your arms overhead, stretch, breathe in, open the arms wide as you breathe out. They could come all the way down or just to shoulder height. Up, breathe in and down. Just moving the arms in space. Inhale up, exhale down. Just take one more. Arms are high, arms are low. And as you lift your arms, then let your fingertips tap the shoulders. And if that's too tight on arms, just open the arms. But if you can touch the shoulders, then lift up and then twist to the left and twist to the right, either direction. Lift the head and then just rotate. And feel, especially if you're seated still, how you're fixed in the hips, which is probably a helpful thing, so you're not over twisting. And you can feel how it's around the chest, that mid-spine. You rotate in each direction a couple more times. Breathe, keep lifting the head. You don't have to move with the breath, just keep breathing. Okay, refreshing the spine. You could just barely turn, always listening to the body, of course. Little turns, bigger turns. Can you squeeze below the belly? And then as you come center, rest your hands. Lift your head, relax the shoulders. Hands touch the thighs. Now lean to your right. Lean forward, lean down. Just take a few Sufi swirls or Sufi circles, as they're sometimes called. Right? They're Kundalini circles, opening up the low spine. So you're starting to resort to that root chakra, base of spine energy, and switch directions if you can. Slow it down and move the other way. Up, down, and around. You can have a little fun with it, make some sound, hang your tongue out, and then gradually looping back through to the center. All right, and then just pause, eyes open or closed, and breathe. So you have the ability to sit on the ground if you're not there yet, head that way, and otherwise just follow along. And some of you like to do these literally in a chair, and that's fine. But see what you can do with your legs. You might let your legs hang, kick the feet out, let your hands support you. If you're up, you could even hold like the chair back. Lift your chest and now rock on your hips a little bit. I think I do this every practice, but I hope that it's accessible for you. And it's good, right? You're getting a little massage. Hip flexors, you hold a lot in your psoas muscles. It links through the whole hips to back thing. So take a couple rocks side to side. Good. And then come back to center and let your legs stretch out. And again, if you're seated, you could just have your feet on the ground or even stretch the legs out from a chair seat or couch seat. So you can move the glutes off to the side, feel a little longer through the legs. So toes are pointing up, knees are a little bent or a lot of bent, and lift your spine again. Imagine my palm on the center of your back and just see if that can give you a little lift to your heart. And then lift your chin up, but then bring your head neutral. Let your chin come towards the throat. And then both arms in the air. Sit heavy on each sitting bone. Make sure you're not leaning to right or left. Legs feel pretty centered. Breathe in and come forward and down as you breathe out. Landing anywhere. Grab a hold of legs or let hands rest on legs. Even folding over the feet if they're close. Bowing down as you breathe. If you've got the feet, even pressing toes into hands, pushing and pulling a little bit. Breathe into your back. Feel extra hamstring if you need it. Push through the heels. Let your hands walk or climb up the legs. Lean it back again. Bend your knees and plant your feet. So if you happen to be on the floor, fingers are forward. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your chest. You can stay here or even lift your hips. So side view would be, right, open chest, an option to press down and lift here. Pull the shoulders back. Eyes are up, or even letting the eyes go back if that's okay on your neck. Okay, breathe, squeeze, a little activation as you touch back down. I'll crisscross the legs, come forward. And if you're able to come down, let's take a down dog. So fingers open wide. Just a few more minutes, right? Getting what you need, just a little realigning. Yeah. Open your fingers and take your feet hip distance or even wider so you feel real stable here. Plug your index fingers down, push the mat forward. Bend your knees, lift your hips a little higher. So after sitting on them, just for the sake of letting things kind of hang, get the hips high, let the heels hang, let your head hang. But work the fingers, lift the core, work the core a bit, and breathe. Work for it, push the fingers, lift your hips, breathe. And then rest your knees down into all fours. Tabletop. Take the right arm out and up. Move the right wrist, fingers. Breathe in and thread the right arm under your left arm. Land on the back of the right shoulder a little bit. Left hand could be down or forward. You stretch the left leg back if you like to add a leg lift or toes. Not necessary. Breathe big. You can stay in half knot, but if you know full knot could work, rise up enough, knees are down, and you can thread the left arm in front, and then you lean against your arms. Okay, so it's like, instead of half, it's full, both hands reaching in opposite directions. Or just the right arm, another breath or two. And start to unthread. You plant the left palm, free the right arm back to your table. Move things around, move your hips. You move your head, shoulders. Cat-cow, or just some swaying. And then as the right palm plants, lengthen your spine and lift your left arm up. Move the wrist, move the finger, breathe in. And thread the left arm under as you exhale, landing on the back of your shoulder. You could take the right arm more forward. You could take the right leg back or lifted. And just find your way, this left half knot. Lean into it. And if you've done this a lot, maybe, you can even push a little, but don't hurt your neck. But breathe. And feel the spine twisting. And then that full knot is available too. If you could add that right arm in front comfortably. And then resting, chin, nose, forehead. As you press down, unthread your left arm. Come back, move things around in table. Child's pose. What would a little quick reset be without balasana, knees together or apart? And if you happen to be upright or even at a table, you could rest your head on the table. But breathe. You feel your breath help to reorganize your mid-back. Place in your heart area, opposite your heart on your back. A little bit below your heart space, around the navel, belly button, even on your back, opposite the belly button. A little bit below that. Breathe. Stretch the arms forward if you have room, and also feel space around your throat. Loosen the tongue. Lion's breath, tongue out. Breathe into the space between the eyebrows. And if you're close enough to tuck your chin to your chest and just massage the crown of your head just a little bit on the floor if that's comfortable. You can also cradle, interlace the fingers, cradle the head and the hands, little massage. Get all the way to that crown center. Or maybe just take some fingertips and lightly press on that center of the top of your head. And breathe there into that crown chakra. As you come around, when you're ready, no rush, finishing on your back, if available. So you can come down. Make yourself comfortable here. If you take the arms out up, move around, any last rotations or twists, full body stretch, and just check. Do you feel a little reset, unwound, rewound in a good way? So take any last organic moves, just rolling your sweet body around, stretching, wiggling toes and fingers. And find a way to rest, if it's only for 10 seconds or a minute or longer. Any restorative shapes, Shavasana included with the legs long. And breathe. Let go. If you need a little more time, take your time. Otherwise, little namaste to you.